people have like problems with like their HOA kind of just being bullies and stuff like that. What is like the proper way to kind of tackle the HOA, kind of like fight back against the HOA when like you know they're being unfair?
So the problem with HOAs, right, is that they're not being unfair as long as they're abiding by the terms and the rules of the HOA agreement, right? HOA, you moved in, you agreed to those terms.
Yeah.
You're gonna abide by. It's a contract. Like when you bought the house, you knew what the rules were when you moved in.
Right.
So if they're like, listen, you can't have like a truck with a ladder on it in your driveway. You knew that when you bought the house. Now you got one. They're not being unfair. They're enforcing the rules.
Okay.
Right. So as long as they are enforcing an actual rule that exists in their bylaws, right? Unless you can find some way to prove that they're like not enforcing it for anybody else but only you,
Okay.
then you got to abide by their rules.
Okay. And then past that point, you kind of just, once you find that loophole either in the contract agreement or in an actual bully situation, then you just go through with a lawyer from that point.
And you could get like if they're bullying you, but like you have to understand like the only way you're gonna have to prove that like objectively, right? So the only way you're gonna be able to prove that is if like you have like something like a recorded statement. They're like, I'm gonna write you for every single fine and only you kind of thing, which you probably don't. Or if there's just one rule and they're not enforcing it for anybody but you, you would have to have proof that like, well, they like every week they come out with a tape measure and measure my grass and I get a ticket for it being too high, but I went around the neighborhood and I measured 75 other yards. None of them got a ticket for it and all of their grass is higher than mine, right? But then again, they may be able to get away with selective enforcement because just like the government gets to choose what rules they enforce and when, so does the HOA. It's their contract that you agreed to.